Trauma. Sherry speaking.
Get Dr. Talbot. Hi, can I talk to Dr. Talbot?
Yes, you're talking to Dr. Talbot. Who is this?
Hi, Doc. Is your refrigerator running?
I'd like to think so. Why do you ask?
Well, you better go catch it.
His name is Go-Zero.
Welcome back, kid. Hope you brought your notes with you. So we're picking up the action where we left off in the previous episode. Bobby Yale threw some fists and gave us a fucking ass beating. But now, he's in hospital, and we're going to try and take advantage of that fact and maybe ask some questions and get to the bottom of why he disappeared in the first place, and whether or not he is tied to the murder of Joe Dunn. But before we get started, if you have been enjoying this, hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy even if you're not new to the channel. Just everybody, sit back, relax, and enjoy. But if you are new, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Pledge your allegiance to the God Zero Nation. But without further ado, it's time to get this case back underway.
Out of sheer
Enjoying
curiosity.
that cigarette as much as I enjoy smoking my fake cigarette now. When I discovered the murder weapon was his.
As soon as I realized that the murder weapon belonged to him.
How about the motive? Any ideas?
Dunn wanted to call the fight off. I think that's our only motive we've really got right now.
I knew Dunn wanted to call the fight off after something Yale did, but I still don't know what.
In any case, hopefully Yale will tell us more.
Hopefully. I plan on it.
Would you let me ask him some questions when he wakes up?
I know you will, with or without my permission, so I'd rather not feel betrayed. In exchange, drop by the station when you can. Your investigation could really help my men. Who, by the way,
no
must be
worries,
waiting
Chief.
for me to interrogate Mary Purnell. Boy, she was hard to pry from Yale's side.
Be nice to her. Yeah.
She's been through a lot in the past days. Be nice to her.
Of course. In spite of it all, we're not just vigilantes.
She doesn't deserve it because she's a lying bitch, but
And as for you, go
she
get
just
some
lost
rest.
her fiance.
God
Let's
knows you
take it a
need
bit easy. We'll see.
I can't promise anything.
I don't make promises with dogs.
Tell the nurses to look at that face of yours. You look like a film detective in his last scene.
I'm afraid this film isn't over yet.
For your sake.
Oh, see what they did there? Fuck,
You're
I
in
copped
charge
a
now,
beating.
Okay.
I'll send you relief in 6
Oh,
hours.
okay.
Understood?
Doctor,
Who
Oh,
are...
we got a lizard bastard.
Detective. Congratulations. You fared pretty well against that kid. Better than most would have. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Fared well? I got fucked up.
do I look like I fared well to you?
Okay, so we're going to do some detective work here.
We, as a society, simply don't trust reptiles. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is our extended belief that there's logic to that distrust, that it's natural and well-founded.
What else? Maybe his name tag? Dr. Palmer. I know his wife, Mrs. Palmer. Get it?
How's Yale? Is he awake?
Oh, yeah. Go check on him before he falls asleep again. Although, try not to bother him with too many questions.
Will this have long-term effects on his health? Well, we need to
Will
know.
this have long-term effects on his health?
It's too soon to tell. He did have a heart attack after all.
Aha, it was a heart attack. I was right. At any rate, let's go talk to him. See what he has to say, considering he just beat me to a bloody fucking pulp.
Go away. I don't want to see you. The doctor told me to sleep.
I rarely get to interrogate a suspect with his guard down in a place as quiet
I'm going to
as
enjoy
this.
this.
Getting the chance to study his body language with no distractions is a rare gift.
What can we find out?
His heart rate is increasing. It could mean that he's lying, but it could also just be pure, unadulterated rage.
Told you, he's like got roid rage or some shit.
He's clenching his fist, a sign of contained anger.
You want to hit me, Bobby? You want to kill me like you killed Joe?
He's looking straight at me. If he couldn't hold my stare, I'd think he's lying. But that's not the case. Clenched fist, fast heart rate, fixed stare. He feels some genuine rage towards me.
Think you'd be a little bit more grateful. I just saved his fucking life.
I'm sorry you don't want to see me, but
I saved your life. I just said it.
I saved your life, son.
Be a little
Maybe
bit
my
more
aunt
grateful,
feels gratitude.
son.
I certainly don't. Luckily, I just got my medication. I'll be snoozing.
Should have let him
soon.
die.
All right, I'll just cut to the chase.
Who killed Dunn?
Who killed Joe Dunn?
What? Are you trying to confuse me? Joe hanged himself.
We're not going to point fingers. We're going to give him subtle suggestions to see whether he spills the beans. The murder weapon was yours.
I know the murder weapon was yours.
What? The rope? I don't get it. What weapon do you mean?
Don't play with me, boy. The chest expander.
An expander? I've never had one of those.
Okay.
Dunn was too short to hang himself with that rope.
So the theory of the chest expander being
It's
put
true?
into his locker is
He was murdered.
very probable.
All right. Let's just say that I believe you.
Bobby Yale didn't kill Joe Dunn. That's just some notes we've taken there.
The murderer killed Dunn with a chest expander and planted evidence to make us believe it was suicide. But he also left enough clues behind to make sure we found the true murder weapon. Then he put the chest expander box in your locker to frame you. Do you know anyone that twisted and who also happens to have a motive?
All the evidence
don't know.
and motive points towards Bobby Yale, but he's just been stitched up. Maybe Desmond O'Leary?
Desmond O'Leary certainly seems twisted enough. Did he have anything against Dunn?
I'm not sure if they knew each other. At least not in person. About a month ago, Joe kicked one of O'Leary's men out of the gym. He was trying to give a business card to...
Jake Ostiami.
Yeah, exactly. Did Jake tell you about that?
Something like
No, we
that.
found out for ourselves what Jake's up to.
Maybe it was... What am I saying? Jake could never pull off something like that. Nothing. Never mind.
Pardoning Jake because he's our friend? I think that's a little bit biased.
Do you think he has a motive?
Maybe. A few weeks ago, Joe took
Could have
him
well
to a
and truly
boxing
been
managers
Jake Ostiami.
association meeting.
Headed by Cassidy.
Yeah. He was obsessed with making it illegal for boxers to fight without a manager. Or without an associated manager. Everyone seemed to go along with it until Joe spoke up. He said that would lower us to mob status. That Cassidy had founded the association just to make money by monopolizing the sport. That made others think twice. And Cassidy ended up empty-handed.
Poor Cassidy.
We've seen Cassidy at the gym, and the guy behind the
Sonia? I
behind the
doubt it.
gym, that goat, he's
She's
made
odd,
mention of the fact
but
that he
she's his
heard not
daughter.
one but two
I've
big
seen
guys
worse,
leave.
believe
So,
Blacksad.
very good chance Frank Cassidy could be a part of this.
You, and,
An apology?
you know, my father disappeared when I was 6, right after winning a fight. We never heard from him again. Do you know what that does to a kid? Who knows where I'd be if Joe Dunn hadn't been in my life? Even when I lost my way and put a gun to his head years later, he still took me under his wing and managed to steer me in the right direction. And now that he's gone, you're risking your life to find his murderer.
All in a day's job.
Thanks.
Let's thank him. Let's give him a you're welcome. We know he was trying to apologise.
You're welcome.
And he's asleep. Maybe I shouldn't have fucking apologised.
He seems restless. Should I tell someone?
I think we should. Because I've spent a little bit walking around this hospital and haven't found out anything up until this point, so...
See, there's no fever whatsoever. He must be having a nightmare.
Are you sure?
Wouldn't you have nightmares too after what he went through yesterday?
I've had my nightmares. I'm
I
not going
know
to
I
share them
sure
again,
would.
but I've had them before. Don't you worry about that. I've had plenty of them.
I have nightmares myself, but those go way back.
Oh, the poor thing. Do you know what my nightmare is?
Getting milked?
It's that witch I have to work with. Oh, good thing she's got trauma surgery at 12:30, but I wish it were a little sooner, you know? Anyway, thank you for letting me know. And for bringing him in. You don't know how excited I am to be involved in a criminal case.
It might not be important, but
No worries, Bessie.
I need to take a look at his medical report.
Bessie's probably not her name, but it's just a common cow name. Yes, I'm probably being cowist. We've got some deductions to start making here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some pieces to put together. The doe nurse at trauma surgery and the doctor at surgery. Thank you. So the reason that is a
It seems
fundamental
the Dell
deduction
nurse
to
will be
make
assisting Dr. Talbot
is
during his
because I was
12:30
walking
surgery.
around the hospital a little bit earlier
In
and
4 hours.
there is a medical
Can I get them
report
to
behind the
operate any
desk that I
sooner?
need to get my hands on pertaining to Bobby Yale, and the doe nurse won't let me grab it. So now that we've made that deduction that she's going to be in trauma surgery, maybe we can kind of push her out of the way and we can collect that information when she's not behind the desk. But it's just a matter of being able to work out exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here to get her away from the
I won't
desk.
be able to read Yale's medical report if she's around.
Because as you can see, it's not letting me anywhere near that medical report. Can I use the phone? Oh, I can call trauma.
Trauma? Sherry speaking.
Get Dr. Talbot. Hi, can I talk to Dr. Talbot?
Yes, you're talking to Dr. Talbot. Who is this?
Hi, Doc. Is your refrigerator running?
I'd like to think so. Why do you ask?
Well, you better go catch it.
Listen here, you motherfucker!
Yes, 1 minute. No, actually, Dr. Talbot won't be in until 12:30 according to my registry. Can I ask who's calling, please?
We'll call back and impersonate him then. If he doesn't want to answer, we'll be Dr. Talbot ourselves.
Sherry, this is Dr. Talbot. We have to reschedule the 12:30 procedure. I want everyone in the operating room in 5 minutes. If anyone gives you any grief, tell them it's a matter of life or death.
Life or
Understood.
death. That nurse is going to be grumpy as all fuck now.
A matter of life and death. A matter of life and death. You gotta be kidding me.
Yep, I knew it.
People.
Get out of here, bitch. I've got a medical report to read.
All right, now. How do I put this? I need something that you...
Oh. Only if you guess why I'm giving it to you.
Because you want me to milk you?
You want to help me solve a criminal investigation.
Well, aren't you smart? But be quick about it. You hear me, huh? If that witch comes back.
Thank you. Alright, now let's have a read through this and see what we can make some sense of.
What does it say here?
Ah, you know doctors. The top handwriting is mine. Let's see. Extrasystole and dehydration caused by panic attack.
Extra what?
You know, arrhythmia, like skipped heartbeat.
Hang on. The doctor just said he had a heart attack, but the medical report says it was a panic attack?
It's in Dr. Ferguson's hands. Otherwise, I'd be worried.
Hey, no means no, miss.
That's signed by a different doctor to what we just spoke to in the hallway.
You really don't know who I am, do you?
Miss, I've got orders. And the fact is, those orders say that...
Here you are, Miss Dunn.
Huh?
Tell him, Blacksad. I can't get through that thick skull of his.
You see, Highfill.
She's my wife. Do it. We're gonna do it.
This is my wife, Jerry.
I'll be damned. You didn't even say you were married.
Well, future wife.
Between you and me, I knew you'd settle down eventually. Just you wait. You'll even quit smoking with this one. All right, let her in, but don't do anything naughty.
You know, there's a couple of things I think Blacksad would like to do to Sonia Dunn, if you catch my drift. A lot of places he can't lick himself. Well, he's a cat, so he could probably lick it, but you know what I'm saying.
Would you like that?
Don't play with me, Mr. Blacksad. Anyway, you did your job. I'll send you a check the day after the fight. You can leave now.
Hang on, why do I have the cat sensors here? Oh, she's got a gun in her purse. I can see it. Yeah, you can take it out as slowly as you want, Sonia. I know that's a fucking handgun.
Huh, no. She's gonna do something stupid.
You silly woman.
Sonia, don't.
He killed my father. You said so yourself.
Yeah, well, now I have reason to believe he didn't do it, and I changed my mind.
Your father wouldn't want you to do this. He was a just man, and this is not justice.
He almost killed you in that floozy's apartment. How could he not be guilty?
You can't take matters into your own hands.
You can't take justice into your own hands. Believe me.
Those bloodstains won't come out, Sonia. There's no coming back.
Shut up. None of that matters. How could he
Talking
not
this
be
bitch down is
guilty?
hard.
Since nothing else is working, it's time to bluff it. You know I emptied that gun when I found it in the safe.
Oh!
No.
No.
Fuck!
No.
Whoops! I didn't mean for that to happen. Go ahead and shoot, I'll arrest you. I think that's the better option this time around.
Shoot. I'll arrest you myself. Are you that eager to rot in prison?
Oh, thank God we talked her down this time.
It's okay.
It's okay, baby.
It's okay.
Blacksad's got you. Oh, we gonna do that hug right now. You feel my warm embrace? That's not my badge in my pocket either.
Uncle Tim!
Sweetie, I came back from Los Angeles as soon as I could.
I told you not to rush back.
Come on now, honey. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
No, this is John
A
Blacksad,
lynx with a
the
lion
detective
for
who
an
found
uncle.
Bobby.
Oh, so this is strictly professional.
Alright, let's hide that gun.
I thought you had some good news for your uncle.
No, Uncle Tim, don't be silly.
Don't be silly. Look at you. Smart, educated, as dazzling as the brightest of stars. Every single man in this city should be at your feet. Come on, we'd better let him rest.
Good idea, Uncle Tim. Nice wheelchair, by the way.
I see. Let's say you're right and Bobby Yale is innocent. Who should we focus on now?
We?
Well, your father turned down my money, but he made me promise one thing, that I'd take care of you if anything happened to him.
But I can...
I know you're
Uncle Tim
perfectly
sounds like a good
capable of
man.
managing that gym on your own, but we don't even know if he'll be ready to fight Stone. Besides, someone seems really invested in stopping that fight, and someone has to pay Mr. Blacksad to get to the bottom of all this. Please, talk some sense into her.
Let's leave it in her hands.
It's your life. As much as you love your uncle, it's up to you to decide whether you want his help or not.
Blacksad, I was just starting to like you.
All right. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much.
All right, stop crying or you'll ruin your makeup, honey. Now fix yourself up and I'll buy you some breakfast.
Wait, my purse.
I'll get it. It must be in there.
Blacksad, wait a minute. I think she needs some time alone, just like you and me. Listen, boy.
No, she wants
whatever
time to
it
go
takes
get
to
that
find
gun.
Joe's murder. Whatever it takes. If things get messy, don't worry. I'll clean them up. Deal?
I'm sorry, Tim, I'm not a vigilante.
I'm not a vigilante.
Well, suit yourself. Just get that ball to the end zone.
No. Are you telling stories about the great iron arm again?
Wait a minute. Of course. The Milestones quarterback. Tim Iron Arm Thorpe.
It's a good thing folks usually recognize me sooner.
He's definitely throwing a lot of touchdowns from that wheelchair.
I'd love to, but I have to go ask for...
Jerry Highfield can't be trusted. Was supposed to be guarding the goddamn door, but let Uncle Tim in because he had a fucking signed collector card? Fuck you, Jerry.
The investigation required that I ask Jake for a small favor. Or demand it, if worst came to worst.
Let's see if Jake's up for a chat, because, good old mighty Joe here withheld a little bit of information himself. We found out that he's been working for Desmond O'Leary this whole time. He kept that very hush-hush for someone who's supposed to be a good friend of mine. Then we found out he was there in the gym the night that Joe died.
In the jar.
Claims to have had no part in it, but
do I trust him?
Who knows?
No. Do I consider him a friend? Yes.
He could very much be the first, person that went through the goat herd. The one that just went through the back door, was in there for a couple of minutes and then came straight back out. He could be that guy.
He's twice my size.
He could also be the one that left the scene running after everyone else had already left, which means he would have been in there when Joe's body was already hung up, so...
He's been training with those...
Maybe he was the muscle that hung Joe on the rope?
How long? Hey, Jake.
Not now, John.
No, right now, Jake, we need to talk.
Hey, Jake.
I said not now.
I said now, we're fucking talking.
Hey, Jake.
Damn it, wait a minute.
Don't test my patience, King Kong, you bastard.
Hey, Jake.
Damn it, wait a minute.
Get nowhere with this bastard. Can we talk to the bear?
Hi.
Hey, focus, will you?
He's just gonna straight up ignore me. Can we make any deductions on the bear?
This one's got extra padding, just like Jake.
Nothing wrong with some extra padding. I mean, your boy's got plenty of it
How
himself.
many hits does a boxer take to the head throughout his career?
A little bit more cushion for the pushing, they say. Fight's over. Time to pay me some goddamn
All right,
attention.
That's enough. Take 5. Go on. What, John?
Come talk to me, you big brute.
What's so important?
I need you to tell me where O'Leary's headquarters are, big man.
Could you tell me where O'Leary's headquarters are?
What for? No. You could get me into trouble. No way.
You owe me for lying yesterday. Do we throw that back in his face? Because he did lie.
You lied to me yesterday. And being the good friend that I am, I kept your secret. You owe me. I don't think I'd keep protecting you if we weren't friends. Although, if we were friends, you wouldn't hesitate to help me. Tell me, Jake, are we friends or not?
Damned cat. All right. O'Leary's hideout is in the basement of a Chinese restaurant. But I don't even know how to get in.
Have you noticed anything strange about Sonia?
I don't know. Yesterday she said she hated the gym. But it also seemed like she wanted to save the place. Do you get any of this? I sure don't.
I don't get any of this at all.
It might not have seemed that way, but she loved her dad. Believe me, I've got reasons to be certain.
Yeah, the reason being she almost blew Bobby Yale's head off. Well, she did by accident, but...
Oh, that's right. You don't know. Sonia asked me to run the gym. Well, at least the fun part. As soon as Bobby Yale's back on his feet, I'll turn him into a champ. I'll make him crush stone.
Jake's now the head coach at Dunn's
Why are you
gym.
looking at me like that?
You could stop working for O'Leary now. I mean, you got yourself a proper job.
Couldn't you just stop working for O'Leary?
Yeah, I guess
I guess you could. Well, thanks for that, big man.
Well, I'll see you tonight. See you there.
Ronald, the break's over.
After 30 hours of work and several beatings, every bone in my body ached for a bed.
Now it's my turn.
So I went home to recharge. Because the night ahead was bound to be promising.
It's going to go down, ladies and gentlemen, but it's going to have to wait till the next episode because that's where we're wrapping this one up. Thank you for joining me as always. If you have enjoyed this so far, go ahead and continue to hit that like button down below. It goes a long way to supporting myself. I can't thank you guys enough for all that support. If you do happen to be new to the channel, and this is the first video you're catching here, hit that subscribe button down below as well. Pledge your allegiance to the Godzilla Nation. Join a community that is so strong and generous and full of support. I love every single one of you. I really do. From right here, underneath all this padding, there is a heart. In the description down below, not only will you find the playlist for Blacksad Under the Skin, you will also find links to my social media accounts. Feel free to go check me out on each and every one of those. But that's it from me, guys. I'm out of here, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.